Hey y'all, Steve Schiller here from HeroHeroes.com. Yeah, I was just looking through my notes here from 2003, November 9th, and interestingly enough, the notes included something I vividly remember. Um, we At this point of war, we'd had all kinds of different people, Iraqis, bad guys, hitting us with IEDs and all kinds of mortar attacks and killing a lot of our 101st fellow soldiers. And it was getting pretty hostile back then. It was in November. Things were getting had been hot and heavy for a little while, and it's getting cooler, and days were getting shorter and nights were getting longer. And got called up to Mosul and to do a meeting with Strike Six, at the time Colonel Anderson. And Jimmy wrote about this in the book. So Jimmy and I flew together up there one afternoon, and I remember flying up there. And as we were flying, there was a group of Iraqis in a small circle, and they actually pointed their weapons at us, as if they were going to shoot us. And I can remember just whipping around after they did that, and I was immediately wanted to point my guns at them, and which I did. I made it basically return to target turn, came right at them, and they scattered. And so I kind of did a couple of blow passes on them just to scare them a little bit and see what they were going to do, because I didn't appreciate them pointing a weapon. I didn't know if they were going to shoot me or not. That's why I did the return to target. And so I ended up landing and told Jimmy, I said, "Hey man, let's take that weapon away from them." So I landed the helicopter and pointed my guns right at him so I could cover Jimmy while he went there to get the weapon, because the guy had, as we buzzed around, it looked like he went and buried his weapon in the mud or in the dirt. And so I was covering Jimmy while Jimmy went and found the weapon. He found the weapon in the dirt, and recovered the AK-47 and brought it back to the helicopter. And we kept continuing flying up to Mosul and landed. And we, in retrospect, Jimmy and I are kind of like, well, that's the dumbest thing we ever could have done, probably. And it was a pretty dumb maneuver. Not, but I own that. But at the time, I can remember being pretty perturbed with the way things were going with the war. And, at that point, we'd been there for 7-8 months, fighting every day and putting up with people shooting at us. And, the reality of it is, at times you end up getting, you just get pissed off, because you kind of just want it to end, and you want to go home, and you just don't want to be there. And it's just the reality of war. And like I said, Jimmy wrote about it in the book, and we kind of kidded around with each other about me being a commander, and probably not the best technique is to be so brazenly risk taking with the way to handle that. It was not right. And I acknowledged, and I told Jimmy I was probably stupid, but again, I'm human too, and never really want to set a poor example for my cavalry troopers. I always want to set the best example, and sometimes we falter and we don't do the right thing, and we live through it another day. But interesting enough, going through my old notes and seeing, reviewing all the things that were going on, back then, and it was a busy time, and we'll learn our lessons definitely from the things that happened. So just a short story of what happened, and unembellished, and I think Jimmy could probably tell a way better story than I can about it. But we'll come back soon with another story for Hero Heroes. Come see us at heroheroes.com. Veterans, sign up for free, and you tell your stories and share them with whoever you want or nobody. But it's good to get it off your chest and on record, and at some point you may want to share these with your family and friends. So see us again, heroheroes.com. Thanks y'all for listening.
Eagle 6, Sabre 6, spot report.